to integration example 8. So here we're asked to use a method of our choice to find the area bounded by the curve y equals x lots of x minus 3 and the line y equals 2x. So the first thing I want to do is just rewrite y equals x lots of x minus 3 as y equals x squared minus 3x. So now the first method I'm going to use is the subtraction method. So I'm going to be I have to find where the line y, the curve y equals x squared minus 3x meets the line y equals 2x, so I know where my bounds are. So, because they're both equal to y, I can set them equal to each other, and then take the 2x over to the other side, so I'm left with x squared minus 5x equals 0. And then I can take a factor of x out, which just gives me x lots of x minus 5 equals 0. And now I have found my two bounds, which are x equals 0 and x equals 5. Now I'm going to integrate between 0 and 5 the equation of, well, the curve, which is x squared minus 3x, subtracting the line y equals 2x, so just subtracting 2x with respect to x. So that's the same as integrating x squared minus 5x with respect to x. So when I integrate the x squared, I end up with x cubed over 3. And when I integrate the 5x, I get minus 5 over 2x. And I'm evaluating that between 5 and 0. So when I substitute in 5, I get 5 cubed, which is 125, and then divide it by 3, so that's 125 over 3. And then when I substitute in 5 and again, I get 5 lots of 5 squared, which is 5 lots of 25, which is another 125, but this time over 2. And when I substitute in 0, I just get 0 minus 0. So if I change this so that they're both over 6, I get 250 over 6 minus 375 over 6, which leaves me with an area of minus 125 over 6. Which is of course equal to 125 over 6 because we're talking about an area. So that's using the subtraction method, but of course we can just integrate both of the lines of the line and the curve on their own and subtract. So if I just integrate x squared minus 3x dx, that gives me x cubed over 3 minus 3 over 2x squared, evaluating, of course, between 5 and 0 again. So when I substitute in 5 in, I get 5 cubed, which is 125 over 3, minus 3 lots of 5 squared, which is 75 over 2. And when I substitute 0 in, I just get 0 minus 0. So now, if I get it so that these are both over 6 again, that'll give me 250 over 6 minus 225 over 6, which gives me an area of 25 over 6. So now if I integrate between 0 and 5, the equation 2x with respect to x, well, when I integrate that, I just get x squared. And evaluating that between 5 and 0 gives me 25 minus 0, which just leaves me with an area of 25. So of course 25 is bigger than 25 over 6, so if I just do 25 minus 25 over 6, if I change 25 so that it's over 6, that would give me 150 over 6 minus 25 over 6, which gives me an area of 125 over 6. So again, you can see whichever method you choose to use, you end up with the same area. But of course, the subtraction method seems to be a lot simpler.